Good afternoon, welcome to Ars Electronica Home Delivery. My name is Sandra, and in this segment I'm going to show you a few things from our Ars Electronica labs, more specifically from the Material Lab you see behind me. We've been here before, last week in another segment, and already started the topic a little bit. That's also going to be the main issue today. The topic about growing your own materials that is environmentally friendly in a helpful way, in a resourceful way, and also to reduce waste. Last week I talked about something called MOGU, so material grown and used from mycelium or mushroom roots. This is one idea that's quite interesting in the development of new materials, but we can go way further and in different directions. So what you see here in front of me are three projects I'm going to go into detail about a little bit in this segment. And they are all, interestingly enough, from Netherlands. So from companies or individuals based in the Netherlands. And they had different ideas of how to make resources more valuable, so to say. We know they're valuable, but to use them better in a more creative way, to waste less from different parts of industry types, and also create new ways of making, for example, leather. And this is also the first part I want to show you here. This is so-called fruit leather, and when you see it here on the video, you see it has quite a nice texture, as you would expect from leather products you can buy in different stores. Maybe like a bag or a nice skirt or whatever. And when you touch it, normally we would not be allowed to do that, but here I can show you now. It feels like authentic leather. You would probably not even know that there is a difference between this leather and any leather you can buy in a store. But normal leather is produced from animal skin, as most of you will already know. And this is a different type of leather. It's made from waste from different fruits. Maybe you've heard about piñatex. That's another story for another segment, because that's a very special type of fruit leather. But not just pineapples can be used to create this. All different kinds of fruits that have leftover leaves, for example, or skins, can be recycled and transformed into economically sustainable leather. And as I said, this would otherwise just be waste. And in this case, we can give it a second life, and we can create something new out of it that's better for our environment than just using plain old leather, as we've done for centuries. And this also marks something from the 21st century, in my opinion. Like, we produce a lot of waste, and we're hardly even aware of what else we could do with it. And slowly but surely, this is changing. And lots of people have different ideas of what to do with this waste. And another very important factor or part of factory mechanism that we sadly are all part of is the meat production. And this produces a lot of waste. So when you think about your steak you want to grill tonight, you bought it at the supermarket, you probably don't really think about where it came from or what happened to the rest of the animal. And sadly, a lot of it, of the waste produced by meat factories goes into waste disposals, in dumps, in rivers, in landfills, and so on. Some of it has already been reused during the past few decades, for example, as supplement for animal foods, for fodder. But a lot has just gone to waste, and no one thought of what we could do with it. That all changed when two individuals from the Netherlands came up with the idea of the meat factory for one, and the other was called blood related. And I want to show you both. First of all, to stick with the topic of leather a little bit, I want to show you this interesting piece of fabric I'm holding in my hand right now. So this is different from the fruit leather because we are talking about meat leftovers. Talking about skin or parts of the meat that are not used for your steak or for any other part you can buy at the supermarket, which would normally just go to waste. And in this process, we can also create like a very interesting material out of it. It looks a little bit gross if you look at it like this, but it can also be refined and made into different shapes also. You can create anything with it. It's relatively thin and it's very durable. So it can withstand a lot of pressure even. And it's an interesting theory that what otherwise would just go to waste can be reused again for clothes, for bags, and many, many more things. And this is just one idea. This is the meat factory. And the, I think, more interesting one is this one. I've already given away what it is by giving you the title, blood related. Normally, when I'm here at the center with a group, I let people guess. I hand out this specimen of this product and let them guess what it is, what material it is made of. There have been the craziest answers, from like volcanic rock to epoxy to wood that was burned and much more. And when I give them the resolution that it's like blood, a lot of people say like, ooh, get that away from me. Although it's nothing that's really gross actually. You know, it's in all of us. It's a basic material that makes up all of us. And without it, we couldn't live. And in this case, of course, it was not made by using human blood. That would be a little bit extreme. But it's again a waste product of the meat industry. It's cow blood that would normally go to waste, or in the best case would be used as supplement for fodder. And normally during like a single year, I don't have the exact numbers, but there are billions of tons of blood just going to waste. And instead of wasting it, those people thought we could do something useful with it. So they separated the blood from the plasma in a centrifuge and then dried it completely. So this is made out of 100% dried blood. There's nothing added to it, and it's quite robust actually. I mean, you should not drop it. We had that before, but otherwise it's a pretty sturdy container you could use for all different kinds of things. So I would not maybe use it as a plate. This would be a little bit intense to put food on it. And also with water, you have to be a little bit careful. But otherwise, for storage, for example, I could definitely imagine boxes being made out of this material and just create new ways to get rid of plastic or other material that's harming the environment. And we don't even need to produce anything for it. It's just there and would otherwise go to waste. So those are just 3 ideas of many that came up during the last few years. And I can't wait to see what will come up next. Because people sometimes ask, like, what is it good for? Why do we need this? Well, that's been the course of history. Some people were always mocked for their ideas. What could come out of it? What good could it do to society? And some of the products that were really like, I would even say dissed at their invention, at their creation, have become a staple of our everyday lives. So why not this as well? But we can only see how much of this will catch on and if this will be like the new trend. I certainly hope so, because there are really cool ideas out there. And I hope you can come visit us, because there are many, many more still to discover. That's it for this segment. Have a great afternoon and see you again soon. Goodbye.